Jesus, you're so real. Oh, hello. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. Yes, He wakes me every morning, yes. Fills me up with His love and His blessings. I know that I've made the right choice. Loving Jesus is so nice. I will love Him for the rest of my life. Let me say this out loud. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. Amazing grace, how sweet thou art. Every day me and Jesus talk. Oh well now, He leads me in the path of righteousness, and He restored my soul. Almighty God is in control. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. No, I don't have to fuss and fight. No, I don't have to worry. Don't have to worry. I don't have to worry. No, about the hypocrites and parasites. Jesus by my side. By my side. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. From I met Jesus, I feel so nice. From the darkness, Him took me to the light. Now that I found you, King Jesus, I don't have to fuss or fight. I'll never look back. Oh, never look back. I'll never look back again. The road I'm on leads to salvation. I'll never look back again. No, I'll never look back. No, I will never. Don't have to worry. I don't have to worry. No, about the hypocrites and parasites. Jesus.
He's coming back to this earth once more. He know not the time when He cometh, at evening or midnight or morn. It may be at deep in twilight, it may be at earliest dawn. He bid us to watch and be ready, nor suffer our lives to grow dim. And when He shall come, He may find us all waiting and watching for Him. Waiting and watching, waiting and watching, waiting and watching, still waiting and watching for Him.
Waiting and watching for Thee.
I think of His wonderful pity, the Christ of salvation has bring. He left His bright mansions in glory to suffer and die for us all. And sometimes Sometimes I think it will please him when those who he died to redeem rejoice in the hope of his coming while waiting and watching for him. Waiting and watching, waiting and watching, waiting and watching, still waiting and watching for him. Oh, Jaja, my loved Redeemer, don't know it's thy cherish as dear. I hope that mine eyes shall behold thee, that I might and all welcome dear. If you just a friend, just a us who sent from the Savior could flee. Our friend most beloved, I'll greet thee by waiting and watching for thee. Waiting and watching, waiting and watching, waiting and watching, still waiting and watching for thee. Waiting and watching for rejoice in the hope of his coming while waiting and watching for him. Waiting and watching, waiting and watching, waiting and watching, still waiting and watching for him. Oh, Jaja, my loved Redeemer, don't know it's thy cherish as dear. I hope that mine eyes shall behold thee, that I might and all welcome dear. If you just a friend, just a us who sent from the Savior could flee. Our friend most beloved, I'll greet thee by waiting and watching for thee. Waiting and watching, waiting and watching, waiting and
Yes, indeed. Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Wayne Hall Show. And I tell you what, right now I feel like the world and America is waiting and watching, right? Yep. The world is waiting and watching the first Wayne Hall Show under the new presidency. Good evening and welcome. How are you this wonderful Wednesday? 26 degrees. That's the high today, maybe. No, maybe we're going down right now. But this morning was 13 degrees in Atlanta. And yes, DJ Linkage, I know you're laughing right now. We had a flurry yesterday. I don't think we even had 2 inches of snow yesterday. And it was a mess. People took 3-4 hours to go home. Yeah, that's Atlanta for you. Oh, man. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what an adventure it's been already. Had to restart the entire system. Let me tell you. So, listen, when you to prepare for my show, it takes about 30 minutes of getting all the channels to stream lined up, getting everybody queued up, ready to go, right? And then you get on and you have internet issues. The one thing that wasn't a problem while you were preparing. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for waiting while I got all the systems up and going again. Let me see if Instagram got it back up.
All right, we're going to get Instagram back up here shortly. All right, okay. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. It's truly a pleasure to have every one of you locked in on the Wayne Hall Show this evening, wherever you are, however you're listening. Okay. All right, and as it is right now, um, we're just happy to be here. We had so much happen. Marcus Garvey got pardoned. Yay! Yes, Marcus Garvey got pardoned. Uh-huh. And in the same breath, we saw in a new president. Not so much yay. You gotta keep hopes alive, right? We gotta keep hopes alive. So I'm gonna see if I can get back on IG later, Singer Irie. Thank you, my brother. Natalie says it's 4 degrees in. Everybody, let me know the temperature where you are. I'm curious. Nikki, what is it in Canada? Nikki Reed's Mayor. What is it in Canada? What is it like in New Jersey, Singer Irie? Yes, cold wicked for 3 days now. 4 degrees in New Jersey, 4 degrees in the UK. All right, and I'm waiting on Nikki to tell me a Canada temperature. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me show some good manners for my folks on the radio stations. Linkage 101.75, 104.5 FM. Good evening, welcome. Hype FM, Frankie Lex and the crew. Hey, Frankie, Happy New Year, my brother. ViscosityBlend.com. Island Worldwide, ReggaeVibesRadio.com, Yardflow TV, EnergyRadio1.com, Mr. Fenton Troy and the crew. Yes, clap him. Should I give him that long time to Marcus Garvey? Well, okay. YouChooseRadio.com, DJ VJ Smiles, Kimon, Ras Dugal. All right, thank you for your patience over there, man. We had a little sound issue the other day. We got it sorted out. All right. If you're on Restream, we welcome you. If you're watching on YouTube, we welcome you. If you're watching on, well, we're going to get back up on IG and TikTok shortly. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Reggae Vibes, let's see, ReggaeVibesRadio.com. Yeah. If you're on ReggaeVibesRadio.com, welcome to you as well. Now, we also got a shout out Fresh FM, Radio London, Rudy Page and the crew. And big up to Fit FM 96.7, broadcasting in Western Jamaica, covering Westmoreland, St. James, St. Elizabeth, part of St. Anne, and Central Jamaica. So big up to everyone checking out the Wayne Hall Show right now. All right. So if I were to go over to YouTube, Auntie P is in the house. Good evening, Auntie P. I can count on you, man. Auntie P, I can put the pot on the fire and go shopping and come back and we'll be all right. Hope you're staying warm down there in Florida. Send me some sunshine, Auntie P. All right. Okay. Let me see here. Facebook Live. Let me start with the personal page. Yes, Wayne L. All. Let me see who we got here. Let me say a big shout out to Candy Thompson, First Lady Michelle, and William J. Smith. Thank you for watching. Good evening to you too, Candy, as we say in the country. Good evening. All right. Also on Facebook Live, the Wayne Hall Show page, a big shout out to Singer Irie. Big up to you. Yes. Natalie Sky Voice Lawrence, sticking it out. Welcome. Yeah, man. Big up to Beta Music, man. Yes. And also Andrea Brown McNeish, good to see you. Good evening, Andrea. Welcome. Yes, indeed. And Nikki, I'm still waiting for the Canadian temperature. So everybody locked in. Maxine Lyons, we had a lot of folks who were on when I got disconnected. So I hope they're back on now. And if you're not yet, so, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue, right? Yep, let's do that. Let's do that. And I got lots of new music to play for you. Yeah, man, I got all these new music from 2025 to share with my peeps. And let's see here. Let's start with this one. Bless me. I'm my shepherd.
Oh yes, no you are gonna bless me.
Sing out.
So you gonna bless me. I know. Check this. Go. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, Jaja, you go bless me. If I keep on praying, if I keep on singing, if I keep to the right thing, Jaja, you go bless me.
I believe, yes.
I feel you never hurt me. For all the times you saved me, protect me from my enemies. Oh, I am to be blamed. Hey. Sometimes I feel I get no answer, but me coulda never fix. You always on time. You just put me through the test. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, me know Jaja, you go bless me. Hey. If I keep on praying, and if I keep on singing, if I keep to the right thing, me know Jaja, you go bless me. Hey. Some people running down things of this world, such as diamond and pearl. But what I want for myself is my blessing to unfold. Jaja, you're my everything, my everything. This is my thanksgiving. Jaja, you're my everything, my everything. I know you dwell within. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, yeah, Jaja, you God bless me. Hey. If I keep on praying, if I keep on singing, if I keep to the right thing, oh, oh, Jaja, you God bless me. Hey. Oh, 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 oh. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, me know Jaja, you go bless me. Hey. If I keep on praying, and if I keep on singing, if I keep to the
Pull the one from top, Miss All, it's a beat them too bad.
Oh yes, no you are gonna bless me. Jaja, you gonna bless me. I know. Check this. Go. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, Jaja, you gonna bless me. If I keep on praying, if I keep on singing, if I keep to the right thing, Jaja, you gonna bless me. Oh, if I feel you never hurt me, for all the times you saved me, protect me from my enemies. Oh, I am to be blamed. Hey. Sometimes I feel I get no answers, but me coulda never fix. You always on time. You just put me through the test. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, me know Jaja, you go bless me. Hey. If I keep on praying, and if I keep on singing, if I keep to the right thing, me know Jaja, you go bless me. Hey. Some people running down things of this world, such as diamond and pearl. But what I want for myself is my blessing to unfold. Jaja, you're my everything, my everything. This is my thanksgiving. Jaja, you're my everything, my everything. I know you dwell within. If I keep on praying, if I keep on working, if I keep to the right thing, yeah, Jaja, you're gonna bless me. Hey, if I keep on praying, if I keep on singing, if
More brand new
Thank you for
music.
everything,
This
Most
one,
High.
Brimstone. Thanks and
Thank you for
praise.
another day. Most High, thank you for another day. Give thanks for life. Thank you, Most High. Thank you for another sunrise. You made me rise this morning. You opened my eyes, Lord. You made me see another day. I thank you for life. I just have to say thanks and praise for life, Jah. Thanks and praise for another day. I just have to say thanks and praise for life, Jah. Thanks and praise for another day. Yeah. We speak throughout the course of the day. Lord, we speak. You never leave my side.
Brand
I
new.
smiled this morning when you opened my eyes, Lord. Then I found out I am breathing. Thank you for the breath of life. Now I know my ears are working. I hear the birds singing outside. Oh, I have to say thanks and praise for life, Jah. Thanks and praise for another day. I have to say thanks and praise for life, Jah. Thanks and praise for another day. Oh. It's a wonderful feeling to be on earth in flesh and alive. So I take this opportunity to thank the one who made me alive today.
That's right. Brand new music from Brimstone called Thanks and Praise. Ladies and gentlemen, you know at 8:30 we have Anthony Turner with the eReport. We're going to take a quick break. We got to let you know some stuff that's happening. And I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you can go to eventbrite.com, even if you're not attending the Valentine's Serenade, and just contribute to that event, I would truly appreciate it. I'll be happy. I got one donor so far, and I'm going to be giving away a ticket tonight on the Way Now show, courtesy of Marva Jacobs, the Honorary Consul for Guyana here in Atlanta, contributing a ticket to be given away to the Valentine Serenade. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to Anthony, real quick, let's do this. Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale, followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs. Free parking and more. Invite a friend. Bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com. Yes, indeed. And happy to share that. We also have another couple messages we want to share. And then we're going to get into it with Anthony. Here we go.
15. It's a red and white gala with Admiral Bailey and Terry Lynn and
live at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney. Free Hennessy shots on entry. Free roses for the ladies. Music by the Unit Sound. Sweet Love Sound with Dranko, DJ Bad Boy, DJ Shooks and JJ, and Charger Sound. Admission 1,500 pre-sold, 3,500 at the gate. It's the Red and White Gala at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney, with Terry Lydon live and Admiral Bailey.
This February, join us for a powerful event celebrating history and legacy. The West Indian Social Club of Hartford, in collaboration with the West Indian Lions Club, Caribbean Cultural Heritage Alliance Foundation, and Advocacy for Legacy, presents a Black History program focusing on the Windrush Generation era, a thought-provoking discussion on the contributions of Caribbean people in rebuilding the United Kingdom after World War II, and the systemic injustice and challenges faced by them and their descendants. Spanning 1948 to 2048, the Windrush Anchor era symbolizes hope, strength, and belonging, recognizing the pioneers passing the baton to their descendants of legacy, responsibility, self-esteem, and cultural heritage to future generations. Guest speaker, Rudy Page from London, founder of the award-winning Windrush Anchor Heritage Education Program, on Sunday, February 23rd, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at West Indian Social Club, 3340 Main Street, Hartford, Connecticut, supported by Fresh FM Radio London, inspired music and culture.
Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music.
All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get Mr. Anthony Turner hot on the burner. So let me go over and say good evening and welcome, Anthony. How are you, brother?
Yes, good evening, Wayne. How is everything, man?
All is well, my brethren. All is well. I'm here and we're doing it. We're here in the snowy Georgia. You know, Georgia has become the land of snow now.
Yeah, and I was seeing something that Florida got a dose of snow, so I guess it's traveling all the way from north all the way down south. So, so how many inches you guys got?
Well, yesterday I don't think we had much. It might have been about an inch or an inch and a half, but it was just enough to make life miserable in the commute going home last night because, you know, it came right about when you would be heading home, or if someone was going to work on the evening shift, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, we got, I think I got about 8 inches on Sunday, and it's been very, very cold, but, you know, I think it's going to be warming up for the next couple of days, so I have to thank God for that, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, the eReport sponsored by the Natural Fountain Juices. Try their sour ginger beer fruit punch, mango, orange, pineapple, ginger, and iced tea with mint, which is coming soon. And it's rich in natural fruits, and it's blended with love and care. And it's available in most Jamaican Caribbean stores here in New York, in Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, and even parts of Manhattan. Give the CEO, Mike Williams, a call today. His number 917-912-3973 to order your Natural Fountain products. Yeah, I was just reflecting back, Wayne, boy, time waits and no, man. It's hard to believe that it's 20 years since dancer Gerald Bogle Levy was killed, you know, in Kingston, Jamaica. And his passing has certainly left a void within the dancehall space. And Bogle, who was credited as the creator of several dances, including the Bogle dance, there was the Willie Bounce, the Jiggy, and World Dance. He was 40 years old when he was killed at a gas station on January 20th, 2005. Why? I can't believe it's
20 years already? My gosh. Yeah, that came quick. Yeah.
And his influence is still being felt in the dancehall space, even though it's 20 years now that he has left us. But yeah, Bogle, was such a big dancer, big time dancer, you know. Anyway, just want to again say condolences to his family. And last week I broke the news that Niger Boy had been nominated in 3 categories, including Best New Entertainer. He was nominated for Best Song and for Best Singje Entertainer. And this is at the 42nd annual International Reggae and World Music Award, which is going to happen on March 30th at Coral Springs Center for the Arts in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, I'm also reporting that Sean Paul, he actually leads the field with 7 nominations. Yes, all the 7 nominations, followed by YG Marley, who had that big hit song last year, and Sensia. She has both of them have 5 nominations each. So we certainly want to say congratulations to all the nominees. And I was watching social media, I think yesterday or the day before, and 10 years of travel limitations to U.S. This was after 10 years. The Dr. Beaneman, well, he's back on American soil, and the DJ touched down in Miami. It was on Monday, which was, 2 days ago. And the news marks a new turning point for the DJ who had been unable to perform for his American fans after his U.S. visa was revoked. And this certainly has severely impacted Biederman's income and career trajectory. And so we're happy to have Biederman. I'm not sure which which one of the big shows that he's going to be performing at, but I'm sure a lot of fans are going to be happy to see the Dr. Biederman.
Wow, it's been that long?
10 years. I remember the last time I saw Biederman in the U.S. was at Grooving in the Park. Actually, at the time, it was reggae, rhythm, and blues, and he was booked for the show, and it was with the understanding that his work permit was going to come through. So he was booked just on the strength of him getting back his visa. But there are 2 things that you require. You need to get your visa if you're going to come to the U.S. But to actually perform, you actually need a work permit. And at the time, he had only secured the visa. And as it turns out, he didn't get the work permit, so he was unable to perform. So he took the stage. He was honored at the festival. And so he really didn't perform. And that was the last. After that, his visa was revoked. And 10 years later, he's coming back. So we're happy. And we know he has the visa. Hopefully, he's able to secure the necessary work permit so he could actually perform.
The last time I saw him in Atlanta, I introduced him. I brought Beanie Man on stage inside the atrium in Atlanta. But I can't believe it's probably more, because that might not even have been the last time he came here. Time really flies, man. I felt like I was just introducing Beanie Man inside the atrium Atlanta to the audience. Wow. Yeah. That's
time doesn't stand still, you know. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of Jamaicans listening from all parts of the globe must be celebrating the news. And this came after many years of petitioning. President Joe Biden issued a posthumous pardon for Jamaica's first national hero. We're talking about Marcus Messiah Garvey. And this was more than 101 years after his 1923 conviction for mail fraud, a case that was long criticized for its racial and for its political overtone. And the decision from the ongoing Democratic president, of course, follows advocacy from several U.S. lawmakers, including Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, who chairs the Congressional Black Caucus. And, you know, Yvette is actually the daughter of former Councilwoman Una Clarke, and she had actually led multiple calls for Garvey's exoneration, arguing that the conviction was the result of governmental misconduct aimed at discrediting the influential civil rights leader. Well, I actually saw a video with Mr. Mike Duncan, who is the president of the UNIA, which is based here in New York. And while he, acknowledged that the pardon was important, uh, he said that, you know, nothing short of a total exoneration is not enough in his book, because the pardon just means that you, you're still found guilty, but they're just kind of, giving you, as they would say in Jamaica, give you a blight. And, so he's saying that he's still not accepting the pardon. He wants a full exoneration. But somebody informed me, I think it was today, that the reason Biden, was not able to do the exoneration is that it has to come from, I think, within the court system.
Yes, yes. An exoneration might actually mean going through the whole process of a case again, and he's been dead and gone, and all that
Yeah,
evidence where they're gonna find the arguments to defend him and present, and
exactly.
so a pardon might be all that we get, but maybe Mister knows more than I do, and so he might be onto something saying it deserves exoneration. But I tell you what, if you're trying to cover a 50-mile journey and you get to 25 miles, you're going to take what you get at 25 and then keep trying to reach that 50. So we'll take the pardon while we figure out what next can be done. That's how I
Exactly,
feel.
exactly.
Yes.
You have to, a thousand, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with that first step, and I guess you have to take the first step, and sometimes you have to get what you can, take what you're given until you keep working until you get what you want. So, yes, I think it's a good first step in acknowledging at least that something,
Yes.
wasn't right. But, I was just thinking about Garvey, and, he really was an important figure for Jamaica and for the black race. And I know we're kind of running short of time, but yeah, he was definitely a forerunner talking about black is beautiful. I think one of his most important accomplishments was on the Rastafarian movement, and his message of self-worth and pride certainly gave Rastafarians the confidence to create their own movement. And when you think about Garvey, you think about people like Burning Spear, Culture, Luciana, and the impact he had on their lives and some of the songs that they create. And I always tell this thing about Garvey and about Burning Spear. I mean, I don't think Burning Spear attended any of the traditional high schools, so he may have had some sort of secondary education. But in the history of my schooling in Jamaica, he was one of the first who said, that I mean, what's his name was damn blasted liar, Christopher Columbus.
Culture? Or Burning
Oh,
Spear?
Burning
Yeah,
Spear.
Burning
Yeah, he was
Spear.
one of the first who really, analyzed what Christopher had said over the years, and really understand that it didn't make sense, because when he said he discovered Jamaica and the New World, there were other inhabitants there, so he could not have discovered it.
I know. I know. Such an interesting thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd just mention that. And of course, Garvey was the first recipient of the Jamaica Order of National Hero. And for those who may not know, his body was reburied in Kingston in the National Heroes Park in 1964. So if you go to Jamaica, if you go to Heroes Park, you can visit where Marcus Garvey's final resting place at the National Heroes Park in Kingston. All right, Garfield.
This is Wayne.
Hey.
Hey.
So just as I mentioned those things. So look forward to talking to you next week, man, and have a fabulous rest of the week.
Yes, Anthony, and you take care, my brother. It's always a pleasure, man. I appreciate all you do.
All right, you take care.
Okay, there goes Mr. Anthony Turner, ladies and gentlemen. And, we have Miss ALderene Foote up next. And we're going to learn more about her shortly, and also why she's on tonight. But in the meantime, let me get Mr. Anthony Turner's info off your screen, ladies and gentlemen, and get back to that beautiful globe. So, let's take a quick break and then I'll be back with her.
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine's Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale. Followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs. Free parking and more. Invite a friend. Bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine's Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an unforgettable night. On February 7th, 2025, Kenny Blessing will drop his highly anticipated reggae album, Caught My Attention. Then on February 8th, join us for the album release party at Caribbean Live TV, located at 6254 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia, from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Hosted by the fabulous Candy. We have featured performances by Kenny himself and some friends, along with some of the hottest DJs in ATL, DJ Reds, DJ Tony B, and Mellow Sound to keep the vibe going. This is a free event, catered and sponsored by Atlanta Bless and Caribbean Live Radio. Come, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the music, meet fellow fans and celebrate with Caribbean movers and shakers. Don't miss out. Be part of this magic. Thank you and see you there.
Introducing Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, the flavor of Jamaica.
Going down at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Early bird tickets on sale for $20, $30 at the door for bottle burn. We got the singles package, 1 bottle, high top table, 4 tickets, $300. The Red Martini special, 2 bottles, high top table, 6 tickets, $500. And the Touch of Red special, 3 bottles, 8 tickets, selected section, $750. Saturday, January the 25th, it's all about DJ Red's annual birthday celebration called Front Page Event Center, 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Introducing Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, the flair of Jamaica, ideally located at 1544 Tara Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Trelawney Fusion Kitchen is open Tuesdays to Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and closed on Mondays. Trelawney Fusion Kitchen can host your birthdays, anniversaries, and all special occasions. Please call 678-489-8412 with your reservation. On Fridays, check out their karaoke and games night, topped with a food and drink special at half price. Tuesdays to Saturdays from 5 to 8 p.m. it's happy hour, and Saturdays it's the grown and sexy Saturdays with drink specials all night. There's lots of parking, hookah available, live DJ. So yes, put TFK Trelawney Fusion Kitchen on your to-do list and let's go enjoy the flair of Jamaica.
All right, and so we're gonna go enjoy the flair of Jamaica, right? On February 15th down there on Jonesboro Road, 1544 Tara Road in Jonesboro. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest, if I may, is Miss ALderene Foote, and her motto is Empowering Lives Through Purpose and Resilience. ALderene Foote is a dynamic force of inspiration impacting lives as an author, educator, entrepreneur, preacher, talk show host, motivational speaker, actress, and philanthropist. She finds personal fulfillment in her family, her husband, David Foote, and her son, David Jr., who remain her bedrock of support. Her journey is rooted in humble beginnings. Growing up, she witnessed her parents' relentless struggle to provide for her and her siblings. The hardships they encountered during her early years instilled in her a profound empathy for those in need. These experiences shaped her unwavering commitment to serve and uplift others, even when she herself didn't have much. Her academic achievements reflect her dedication to excellence. ALderene holds a teaching diploma in education from Shortwood Teachers College, a bachelor's degree in history from the University of the West Indies, and a postgraduate diploma in human resource management from the Management Institute for National Development. Additionally, she has earned certificates in mental health and life coaching, equipping her to guide others towards growth and healing. Now residing in Georgia, ALderene continues to inspire others. She promotes growth and development as a learning and developmental specialist at a leading auto industry. And she hosts the Voices Behind the Mask talk show on Caribbean Life Radio. Her talk show is designed to help others overcome barriers and strategically align with their true purpose. Adding to her accomplishments, ALderene recently played the role of Sandy, a Jamaican woman working in an office in the premiering movie The Untold Secrets of a Plus-Size Diva. ALderene's life is a testament to resilience, faith, and selfless service. Her unwavering mission is to uplift, inspire, and is rooted in her belief that she has a divine calling to heal the broken, even as she navigates her own trials. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you right now, via Zoomland, Miss ALderene Foote. There she is. Good evening.
Good evening, Wayne. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
You are very welcome. Thank you for making time to be here today. Don't watch the clock. We're going to get through this, okay? I had to reboot at the start of the show, so that has set me back a little bit. But you're doing all right in this weather?
Whew, I'm doing all right now. Yes, that's a story, but that's not what we came here to talk about. Yeah, I'm doing all right now. I'm good.
You say that's another story to talk about. Let me tell you, it's been interesting. I didn't think when I left school last Friday that it would get back to Thursday and I wouldn't be back to school. So I can only imagine. All right. So, we just heard a lot about you, and I'm happy to have you as a guest this evening. And the main reason you're here, though, is that you've authored a book. But before we get into that, just give us the short version, a little bit about your upbringing and background. I always like to start there.
I grew up in a rural community, and I say to people that I grew up in a country ghetto. Augustown, St. Catherine, a district outside of Linstead. Most people don't even know when you say Augustown, they think of Kingston. And, there were so many other options, if I could put it that way, when you grow up in a community like that. I did not grow up with much. So I know what it is to live hand to mouth. I know what it is to come home from school and there was no food, and then I have to hit the guava walk. It's a good thing we did have a guava walk, so you're coming home from school wondering whether or not there was going to be food on the table, but understanding that education was the only way out. And so in my bio, you spoke about my humble beginnings, but I also understood that my parents did the best that they could in that situation. And after leaving high school, I could not go to college. All my friends were going to college. I couldn't. So I had to go and work. I worked in a meat plant in Bogwalk for 3 years.
Wow.
Sent myself back to evening classes to get additional subject.
Yeah.
And then I enrolled in college. So, it has been a struggle. And this is what molded me to become and who I am now, and the desire to give back the way I give back, because I know what it is to struggle as a child. I know what it is to struggle as an adult, because it never stopped there. As an adult, I did have my own struggles as well. But at that point, I had one thing that nobody can take from me, Wayne, and that is education. Nobody can take away that. They can take away anything else from you, but they can't take that away.
And that is awesome and good to know. Interestingly, ALderene, I got to tell you, I can relate firsthand to the area you described, having myself grown up in the Linstead-Yorton area. So Augustown I knew very well. Yes,
Okay,
I
you're the
I knew
first.
Augustown. I visited
You're
there
one of the.
several times. I have friends from Augustown. So I know the Augustown, right? That you're referring to.
Mhm.
So good. That's interesting to know. And so you saw the upbringing. You've told us about that. But I know at some point you were in education. So tell us about a little bit of what you did as a teacher.
I was a teacher for 20 years.
Wow.
Um, and like I said to people, I paid my dues in so many different ways.
Yes.
But as a teacher and as an educator, you know this, that when you go into the classroom, you give much more than just passing on knowledge. You have to be a parent, you have to be a counselor, and in a nutshell, I gave everything. I was on what, especially when I was in Jamaica, I was on every single committee there was. I was involved in everything. As they say in Jamaica, every pan knock, I was there. I gave. To this date, I still stay in contact with a lot of my students. I specialize in history and geography in Teachers College. And when I went on to university, I specialized in history. But Jamaica is a little bit different. So I had to teach, I taught everything in the social studies department except for social, what was it? Sociology. That was the only
Sociology.
subject I
Okay.
never. I taught sixth form. I taught lower grades. I taught the middle grades. I taught fourth and fifth form. Here it was the same thing, but the transition was a little bit different. In the U.S., things are different. So I ended up teaching U.S. history, then government and economics, again in the social studies area. And like I said, I gave because my students were not just students to me, they were my children.
Yes.
To the point where if something happened, there was a special batch. And if something happened, they would call me and said, at the time, my maiden name is Young, and everybody would say, Young, it's your boys. So I gave. In a nutshell, that's how I can describe it. I gave and I gave everything. So when it was time to pivot, like I said to people, I paid my dues.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Delighted to know that. I know you're also on the radio here in Atlanta. You want to tell us about that real quick and then we'll get into Dream Big.
I started my talk show when on Zoom. As a matter of fact, this was birthed from a student I taught died, and that was my very first live because I always thought that my students would outlive me. And it was then that it dawned on me that students were dying, young people were dying. And I remember coming out and doing my first live, talking about that and encouraging people to serve God. And then I started doing Thought Provoking Thursday, and the Lord said to me, start your talk show. So I started on Zoom. I started my talk show on Zoom. So I tell people all the time, I don't have a podcast. I have a talk show because the Lord said talk show, and that's all I heard. And so I started. So when I moved to Atlanta, the Atlanta area, I went to a meeting and I saw DJ Reds, and I didn't know him at the time. And I was speaking about my book because I have a book called Broken But Not Shattered, A Journey of Intentionally Shifting from Pain into Purpose, which is for adults. And he walked over to me and he said, I want to interview you. And I'm very forthright. So when I went and he interviewed me, I believe in taking your first chance. So at the end of the interview, I said to him, "Do you have a slot on your radio?" Because at the time I'd paused. I wasn't doing my talk show. I was doing it in season, so I was on a break. And he said, "Absolutely," and the talk started. And so there we have it. So I'm no longer on Zoom, except for tonight. I am with Caribbean Life Radio and I have my talk show. And the talk show is called Voices Behind the Mask, and it was birthed in COVID with the mask. But at the same time, there are a lot of people whose voices we don't hear. We don't hear their stories, but I want them to tell their stories so that others can see that regardless of where you're from, regardless of how much you have, regardless of who you are, you can make it, you can do it. Just like this little girl from Augustown. So I
Amen to
want
that. Amen to that. And kudos to you. I've checked you out a couple times. You don't know I'm there on YouTube watching, but
okay,
I
thank
I
you.
don't necessarily have to tell you every time that I'm checking you out on the radio
And
show.
I check
So,
you out too. So
no,
tit
yeah,
for tat.
yeah. So, anyhow, on the screen, the viewers are probably looking at the picture of Dream Big, written by ALderene Foote, and they're probably wondering, why are they not talking about this? So, it's up there. If you're seeing a monitor, you'll see it right there between you and I on the screen. Tell us about Dream Big.
Okay, like I said earlier, I Dream Big is my fourth book. I wrote something similar for adults, and it's called Broken But Not Shattered, a journey of intentionally shifting from pain into purpose. And
Yes,
that book spoke about my own journey, and but it didn't dwell on my journey. It's a help book. So it's there to guide people on how to walk into your purpose. And as an educator, one of the things I realize is that teachers struggle on how to guide their students to find who they are.
right.
Parents are struggling to help their children to find who they really are and where to go and how to dream big.
Yes,
And the children themselves, because even as adults, we are struggling, and that's why I wrote my first book, because people are struggling to figure out, who am I, where am I supposed to go, what should I be doing. And so I felt that the children needed something. And so I started, and I said started because this is just the beginning. And so I started with the younger one. So this book is for children from 5 to 12, and it is to empower them to become something amazing.
that's right. So the target here is age is 5 to 12 to
Hmm.
become something amazing. And where can we find it?
Well, my book is on Amazon. I do post from time to time on Facebook. In the month of February, so people please look out. I will have a sale on my books, especially this big book, because there's a project that is attached to this book
Okay,
that is coming. I don't want to say much about that yet,
right.
but there's a project because I really want these kids to be empowered. I want them to find who they are. And if I step into a room and I can touch one child, that's enough. And the project that I'm personally working on now is not something that they'll have to pay for. This is what God told me. He said, this is your give back. So this is me giving back to the children, because once a teacher, Wayne, always a
Always a
teacher.
teacher.
You will
Yes.
always, I always think about those kids. Okay, how can I help them? And I've been asking God for a while. I said, I want to give back to the education system. How do I do this? And when I wrote Dream Big, I didn't realize that it would be that turning point. But like I said, there's a project I'm working on now, and it's going to, let me say, parallel and walk alongside Dream Big.
Awesome, awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Miss ALderene Foote here, fellow broadcaster, fellow educator. We happen to have taught at the same, now a high school in Jamaica, McGrath High School. I found that out when I met her at the CLTV studios, that we actually taught at the same school at different times. And so we have a few things in common, which is great. We're on radio, we taught at the same school, we grew up in the Linstead area, Metro Linstead area. So kudos to you and all your hard work to serve, because this is really needed. You know, I've been really reflecting a lot lately as to what's our purpose and value on earth, really. Because if you should just not wake up in the morning, what would you have done? What would you have done? And so this is the kind of legacy we get to leave behind. You have all that knowledge inside you. It's of no use if you just sit with it and
Yes,
not do anything. So I applaud you
honestly.
on your books and everything you're doing to help our younger folks, and wish you all the best with Dream Big, and keep me posted so we can help spread the word on the project once it unfolds here on the Wayne Hall Show.
Most one thing I want to say, and I forgot to say, the book is not, the book also has questions at the end of every so it allows them to meet different characters, right, throughout, real characters with real stories, and at the end there are questions asking them, getting them to open up and
Do a little self-evaluation.
explore, yeah, self evaluation, figure out, okay, what do I want to do? So there are questions, right? So it's like a journal, let me put it that way. So it's like, yes, it's a reading, there's reading, but there's also those journal entries, so it's personal, that they'll have to make throughout the book as they read. I need
Of
to add
course.
that.
Of course, being the great teacher you are, you would have to include homework. Oh, I like it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just reading. You got a little bit of an assignment to carry out to see where you really stand, because that puts it into perspective for a reader when they're questioned and put on the spot about what they're reading and how they're positioned in, how they align with what they're reading. So that is kudos to you, man. Thank you again. And I wish I had more time. There's so much we could talk about. I have a feeling there might be a part 2. There might be a sequel here. But it's been great having you. Anything you want to say as we wrap up?
Just as you're, I just want to let parents know, I want to let teachers know that even though we're doing what we're doing, this is a task that we have to do. We have to get our kids to find who they are. We have to help them to explore. We have to let them to identify. We have to guide them, because we are here as stewards. That's our job. Yes, we're parents, we're teachers, but we are stewards and we have a responsibility. And so I'm also asking you to go out and grab a copy of my book. It is $20 on Amazon, but wait for it. In February, I will be doing a sale. Get a copy, get a whole set for your class, send them out as gifts to your friends, your families. And everybody who touched this book told me that it is amazing. So go ahead and get your copy.
All right. Thank you, Miss ALderene Foote, ladies and gentlemen. And ALderene, one more time, if there's any way to contact you or any way, website, etc., we can go to learn more about you and be in connection with you, please share. Email, etc.
Well, I don't have a website, but yet. But on Facebook, I'm ALderene Foote. On Instagram, it's Voices Behind the Mask. I've not yet become a TikToker.
Might be too late. We have 75 days to figure it out.
So on
Hopefully.
Instagram, it is Voices Behind the Mask, which is the talk show. And on Facebook, it is ALderene Foote. So, and it's Foote with an E.
That's right.
So I'm easy to find. And once you shoot me a message, I will definitely reach back out to you.
All right, ALderene Foote. Thank you so much for your time this evening. You have a great rest of the evening. I appreciate you stopping by.
And thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. Take care.
Introducing Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, the flair of Jamaica, ideally located at 1544 Torrey Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Trelawney Fusion Kitchen is open Tuesdays to Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and closed on Mondays. Trelawney Fusion Kitchen can host your birthdays, anniversaries, and all special occasions. Please call 678-489-8412 with your reservation. On Fridays, check out their karaoke and games night, top with a food and drink special at half price. Tuesdays to Saturdays from 5 to 8 p.m. it's happy hour, and Saturdays it's the grown and sexy Saturdays with drink specials all night. There's lots of parking, hookah available, live DJ. So yes, put TFK Trelawney Fusion Kitchen on your to-do list and let's go enjoy the flair of Jamaica.
Saturday, January the 25th, DJ Red presents his annual birthday celebration called
Accessories.
Going down at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Early bird tickets are on sale for $20, $30 at the door. The bottle package. We got the secret package, 1 bottle, high top table, 4 tickets, $300. The red martini special, 2 bottles, high top table, 6 tickets, $500. And the touch of red special, 3 bottles, 8 tickets, selected section, $750. Saturday, January the 25th, it's all about DJ Red's annual birthday celebration called
Accessories.
Front Page Event Center, 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale. Followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs. Free parking and more. Invite a friend. Bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com. That's right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, Imar Shepherd is going to be in Atlanta. And pretty much all the month of February is booked. He's got the album launch with Kenny Blessing. He's blessed to be the only feature on that album, Caught My Attention. And then he's going to be performing alongside Kenny Blessing at this Valentine Serenade. And on February 22nd, it's going to be Celebration Saturdays at Kingston 30. And it's going to be an album listening party for the Kenny Blessing album, Caught My Attention, the feature for the first ever Celebration Saturdays taking place at Kingston 30, all right, 455 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville, Georgia, hosted by yours truly, Wayne Hall, juggling by none other than DJ Cold Rice. We're going to be having a real grown and sexy vibe after the listening party, and it's going to be the last Saturday of every month at Kingston 30 that we're going to be doing this. So if you're in the Gwinnett area or you're close by, want a good celebration vibe, come to Kingston 30 every last Saturday, starting in February. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is waiting. And if you didn't know, January is Poverty Awareness Month. All right? And I know my promotion said the beautiful and cute Miss Nadine Ellis would be on, but instead on your screen is the handsome Mr. Keith Simon. We'll take him, ladies and gentlemen. We will take him. Mr. Simon, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, good evening. The ladies could take me, the gentlemen not so much, okay?
That's okay. I thank you because I did receive a message from Nadine, who is always on Talking Finance on the Wayne Hall Show. I did get a message from her that she had a bit of an emergency, and so you would be here. So I'm glad you've made it. I apologize for the delay, but we'll get it done. All right. So what I want to start off is by letting the audience know that, you know, as we go along, we learn and discover things. And one of the things I learned as I'm researching topics for the Wayne Hall Show this month of January is that January is also Poverty Awareness Month. And, you know, it's one of those things that sounds so lightly, but I don't know how much time you had to prepare. But do you want to just first of all, tell us a little bit about you. I did have a little blurb on Nadine that I like to share, but tell us about you and your background.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Wayne. We've known each other for a very long time as well. But
yes.
My name is Keith Simon. It's literally Keithlin Simon, here from the 365 beach island of Antigua. Please go there. You know, myself and my wonderful wonderful friend Nadine always fight about that. You know, I say that Jamaica is nice, been there, but Antigua is a little bit of paradise. All right, so there's no fight there. Okay, we're not gonna fight over that. I'm not gonna take on another another task because you look like you're ready to fight me on that one as well. So.
My last fight with an Antiguan did not go well, and it took me years to get her back to being in good stead with me. So I will not fight another Antiguan. I promise you that.
I don't think I'm that bad, but yeah, myself and Nadine has been working together about 10 years now. We actually went to high school together, and literally found each other through going through life and ended up doing similar things, and eventually we are now in the financial industry working very closely together. So when she called me, I literally just pick up the phone and said absolutely, you know. So yeah, I via New York to from Antigua to New York, spent a lot of time in New York City area. Again, grew up in I actually live in Harlem when everybody else live in the Bronx. Okay, everybody live in Bronx and Brooklyn. I actually live in Harlem. So you got to know Harlem to say Harlem.
Right.
Okay.
Which I know. Yeah.
Yes. So from there, two lovely parents, been together forever. Obviously before I was even born, they're still together today, which to me is a really good blessing for me. So grew up with a lot of morals, fighting a lot of morals and scruples, but eventually came right back to them. So that's just a little about me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, sir. And so let's dive into this. Poverty. From your vantage point, what do you have to share about poverty? There's a lot of angles to go at it. They actually have Poverty Awareness Month to bring attention to the fact that there are people, not just in the United States, but all over the world that literally get up on a day-to-day basis not knowing what they're going to have to eat or drink, some not knowing where they're going to rest their head at night. And it's their reality. And a lot more people face this than we realize.
Man, where do I start? So so this is a blessing in disguise, by the way. You know, I think the master set us up so many times just so that this can happen. I'm a social worker by trade.
Okay.
So 18 plus years of social work, I know poverty within the 50 states, including, of course, Georgia. So let's start with as you said, let's start with some powerful statistics. 40%, 40.6 million Americans live in poverty today. It may be actually a little bit more than that. It may actually be a little bit more than that. So for think about a household of 4 people, the poverty level is about $26,000. That's no more than about $650 or $650 per person.
Wow.
Per person for the year. So imagine you living on $6,550 for the year.
I don't even know if it's, how do you do that?
Possible. It's impossible.
Yes.
So what do people end up doing is living off of, as we say, the country, living off of
welfare.
Right? Welfare. Right? But of course, welfare, being in the social service industry, is unfair. So we would rather be psychologically kept in poverty, not knowing what poverty really is, because we think that we can eat, like you said, on a day-to-day basis without having anything to eat. We know for sure. Let me give you something crazy. One gentleman said to me a couple of years ago, "I just go to jail every winter." You may have heard of that before.
I've heard that.
I go jail. I go to jail every winter. Summer I come out. I do something just something just off the wall so that I can go to jail, or so that I go back into a mental institution every winter, just so that I can eat. In the summertime, he does not have to do that because he's eating, near I say, out of the garbage pail or garbage cans.
So, what I'd like to do here is just go over quickly some of the stuff I saw about the impacts. And I want you, from your vantage point, Keith, to be prepared to share how we can stop and prevent or slow down poverty affecting our next generation, for affecting our people. But some of the effects of poverty is that it affects children. Children are more likely to be affected by poverty than adults. Children are at a higher risk of starvation, disease, abuse, and exploitation. Poverty, whether or not we believe it, is global. It exists here in the United States. We hear about third world countries a lot, but there's a lot of poverty here. It occurs in unexpected locations and affects people everywhere. It's the leading cause of hunger, of course, it would be. And it impacts education. And even in the schools, you have Title I schools, etc. That is based on the number of free and reduced meals they have to provide to their students. So, children in poverty may not have access to nutritious food or proper education, right? And children in poverty are more likely to get sick due to poor nutrition and lack of access to health care. And it goes on and on. There's secondary factors like poor infrastructure, lack of skills, underemployment, which makes it hard for them. And so I'm teeing this up for you to position themselves, barring a miracle or something very, as you say, a social worker that, you'd probably know of maybe avenues that can literally turn that life around. They're going to be in a position where they just continue that legacy of poverty. So please share with us, having heard all these impacts, how one can make sure that you not fall under the poverty line, and how you can do things to enhance your financial situation and prevent that in your future generations.
Man, I think I'm not needed in this interview here.
No, I need you, because that's where the expert comes in.
Of course. I'm kidding, of course. I have one word, or two words, if you will: financial literacy.
Financial literacy.
Financial literacy. A lot of people are scared of that term, financial literacy. But let me tell you, 40% of Americans struggle from paycheck to paycheck. If your father and mother are struggling from paycheck to paycheck, then how can they teach you what to do as a child when it comes taking care of your finances as you grow older? So it starts from us, because unfortunately the older folks, older than us, right, 50s, late 50s, 60s, 70s and older, they also have not been taught financial literacy. So we're in a sandwich generation, right? So we have to teach ourselves. We have to take care of them. So we have to also teach them. We have to teach them what retirement is and how they can retire and how they can retire comfortably. Unfortunately, we have to teach people how to pay themselves first. What do I mean by that is, we go and we make sure we have a roof over our heads. But unfortunately, that roof over our head is in the form of, I'm going to buy a house, right? Do you know, by the way, the average black man makes about $45,000 a year? What can you do with $45,000 a year?
That means after tax, you're taking home about what, $3,000, $3,200? And your rent is $2,000. So you got $1,200 to pay for the car, buy food, send your kids to school. It's done. It's gone.
And then let's talk about the psychological portion of it. Your wife wants more. Your kids want more than you can physically
Yes.
give them. No matter how much overtime you work. And then as you work overtime, what happens? Then you're absent father. The same goes for the women, by the way, because then strong women may say, no, I'll pick up the slack, honey. We're going to do this together. And then comes an absent mother. While work is happening, Wayne, while work is happening, there is no room to stop and think about what is our real financial goal. When do we pay ourselves first? So we pay the light bills, we pay the car note, we pay the car insurance, we pay the credit card, we pay to take our family to eat out because you got to help, you got to feed them, you got to take care of them, you got to have family time, and then we go back to work. So we do not pay ourselves first. Paying yourself first just literally means lunchtime, $10. If you make $10 a day, just lunch. If you have lunch, pay yourself $10 for lunch. Do you know if you pay yourself $10 a day, 30 days, it's $300?
Yep.
Well, why do we want to pay ourselves? We want to go instead, we want to get Starbucks to go into work. Pay yourself.
And that right there, you're right. That's financial literacy. Pay yourselves $10 a day for lunch and figure out how to deliver it to yourself, and you'll save. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, when people ask me that question, it's because that's a loaded question, but when people ask me that question, I ask them that same question. Do you pay yourself? Because financial literacy 101 starts with the ability to know that you need not to walk past a penny on the street, Wayne. Pick it up. It's money. It's money. You know, 1 penny times 5 pennies is
5 pennies.
And 10 of those is a dime.
Yeah.
But we don't understand it. If it's not $1 on the street, if it's not paper, we're not picking it up. We walk past 25 cents quarters on the street. So a lot of times we have no relationship with money. We have we are psychologically made to not have any relationship with money. What do I mean by that is, you go to work, you get paid, you bring the money home, and you take care of yourself. As long as you have the ability to go to work the next day, you're okay, your family's okay, and you look at the neighbor and see that the neighbor doesn't have what you have, and you think that the neighbor is not okay. But you cannot even help your neighbor because you yourself is on the brink. It takes about $300 to change a car tire, right? Guess what? 3/4 of America do not have $300 in their account. But if you're able to save $10 a day, see, I'm coming back to that $10 a day because people think that it's not a lot. Can you save $2 a day? You hear people talk about 10%. Every money you make, save 10%. It's not a cliche. 10% is not a lot. So we talk about these simple concepts. So one concept, pay yourself first.
Right. And keep in mind, we have about 5 minutes. Sorry.
No problem. Pay yourself first. The second concept that we always talk about is a concept called a financial foundation.
Financial foundation. Good.
Financial foundation includes proper protection. So you talk about it, some of it. Your health insurance or your health care, right? Your ability to eat what you want to eat, drink what you want to drink, that is healthy. But if you have no income, If you have no money, then yes, you're going to eat whatever is on the table. And yes, it will lead to illness.
Yeah.
And that illness, unfortunately, now you cannot go to work. So now you cannot go to work because you don't have proper nutrition. Your children cannot go to school and study because they don't have proper nutrition. So that in the mind they can't function. And sometimes, unfortunately, they also develop these all these different type of ailments. I've seen it when someone will say, "Oh no, she's just gazing off." No, the child is hungry, Wayne. The child is not gazing off from the teacher. The child is hungry. She can't
Yep.
function.
That brain has to be fed, man.
Has to be fed. Has to be fed. So the financial foundation also talks about saving more, spending less. So you stay out of debt. And then by staying out of debt, then you can create an emergency fund. By creating an emergency fund, then now you can have what we call the ability to create interest, right? So now you have money where you can actually put aside for your family. Financial foundation. But those two concepts is huge. Most people don't know that these two concepts even exist. I'll give you one better. There is actually a formula for wealth. I'll leave you with that one. There actually is a formula for wealth. If you follow it, you will be wealthy in these United States. But unfortunately, what do? We don't have the financial knowledge. We don't want anybody to talk to us about our money because it's ours. We made it. We earned it. It's ours. We don't even want, in our relationship, husband, wives, brother, sister, father, mother, we don't even want each other to know how much we have. But if you don't have, you run to each other. If you don't have, you run to each other to borrow. But wouldn't it be nice if I would be able to say, man, guess what? I just made a little bit of money overtime. I'm going to give it to you, put it away.
Right.
Or have it just in case you need it.
That tax return, all that stuff, yeah.
Tax return, all of that stuff. But having no income is what creates poverty. But having no financial literacy is what keeps us in poverty. Poverty creation is not something that just comes out of the blue, right? You hear Dr. King say it, and I'll end with this. You hear Dr. King say it, each man must be created equal. The equality he's talking about is having the ability to go to work.
Right.
Each person for themselves. But after work, what do you do with the money? The literacy was never taught to us because we were not told to keep money because we were illiterate around money. So I don't know how money works because I'm illiterate. I can't learn, I can't comprehend, therefore I cannot have the power over my own.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the power over my own mind.
Yep. And unfortunately we're pretty much out of time, man, but I do appreciate where this is going and how this is going. We're going to have to do a follow-up. Of course, Nadine or yourself will be back next month because this is a month that I just wanted for the convenience of, her on this week. But I appreciate it. Do share how we can reach you and your company and work on our financial literacy, foundation, and knowledge, and learn to create the assets we need to have.
Awesome. So again, my name is Keith Simon. You can always reach me at Keith's Financial Fix. Everything Keith's Financial Fix. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's Keith's Financial Fix. I'll give you my phone number as well. It's public knowledge. It's out there. So it's 404-285-1429.
I'm going to ask you to say that again, Keith.
Absolutely. 404 404-285-1429. That is 404-285-1429.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Man, listen, we can't share enough on this topic. I had no clue, like I said at the start, that this is January is typically Poverty Awareness Month. But you listen to this in closing. The poverty rate in the United States increased from 9.3% in June to 11.7% in November. And that's the biggest increase in 1 year since 1960. We wonder about the election results. We're wondering why people are desperate and listening to somebody who'll just promise stuff. Poverty is real. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you.
You take care.
Take care.
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale. Followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs. Free parking and more. Invite a friend. Bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. We got some more to share with you before our next guest, Miss Lorraine Smith.
Saturday, February the 15th, it's a red and white gala with Admiral Bailey and Terry Linen live at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney. Free Hennessy shots on entry, free roses for the ladies, music by the Unit Sound, Sweet Love Sound with Dranko, DJ Bad Boy, DJ Shooks and JJ, and Charger Sound. Admission $1,500 pre-sold, $3,500 at the gate. It's the red and white gala at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney, with Terry Linen live and Admiral Bailey.
This February, join us for a powerful event celebrating history and legacy. The West Indian Social Club of Hartford, in collaboration with the West Indian Lions Club, Caribbean Cultural Heritage Alliance Foundation, and Advocacy for Legacy, presents a Black History program focusing on the Windrush generation era. A thought-provoking discussion on the contributions of Caribbean people in rebuilding the United Kingdom after World War II and the systemic injustice and challenges faced by them and their descendants. Spanning 1948 to 2048, the Windrush Anchor era symbolizes hope, strength, and belonging, recognizing the pioneers passing the baton to their descendants of legacy, responsibility, self-esteem, and cultural heritage to future generations. Guest speaker, Rudy Page from London, founder of the award-winning Windrush Anchor Heritage Education Program, on Sunday, February 23rd, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at West Indian Social Club, 3340 Main Street, Hartford, Connecticut, supported by Fresh FM Radio London, inspired music and culture.
Healthy Hearts is here to empower you and your community. We're focusing on prevention by equipping individuals with vital health information and fostering meaningful conversations to help you stay well or manage your health effectively if challenges arise. We'll be shining a spotlight on 5 key conditions impacting heart health: hypertension, diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, and chronic kidney disease. For more information on Research Engagement Network Haringey, search Bridge Renewal Trust UK. Healthy Hearts, because every beat counts.
Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music.
That's right. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, just want to let everyone know that we got a few things coming up. We have Celebration Saturday starting inside Kingston 30 every last Saturday of every month. Come celebrate your special occasion, your birthday, your anniversary, an accomplishment, whatever it is. If it's just to get rid of another work week. And we're kicking this off on February 22nd. And we're going to have a listening party for the album Caught My Attention, Kenny Blessing. Is going to be in the house. Imar Shepherd will be there. So we're going to have a heck of a kickoff to Celebration Saturdays inside Kingston 30. All right, ladies and gentlemen, also happening inside Kingston 30 every second Friday. It's going to be Fish Fry Friday. And this is at 455 Grayson Highway. There's a full bar available, live DJ playing the best reggae, soca and more. You can get your whole snapper, your filet, your stuffed roast snapper, honey jerk salmon. So it's a true Fish Fry Friday inside of Kingston 30. And guess when it starts? Valentine's Day. That's going to be the first Kingston 30 Fish Fry to get it going. And then after that, it's going to be the second Friday every month. Come enjoy Fish Fry at Kingston 30 Jamaican Restaurant. All right, got to get that out there to you all. Also want to remind you about this. I hope it's still going on. It will be this Friday, January 24th, 75 Langley Drive in Lawrenceville, Georgia, starting at 6 p.m. It's an immigration rights symposium, Know Your Rights. And the topics will include all things immigration. So please check this out. That's the kind of information we need right now with all kinds of changes happening in the current administration. Also want to remind everyone that this Saturday, it's the Atlanta Caribbean Lions Club 3rd Annual Fundraising Dinner Gala. And this takes place at the DeKalb Conference Center. And it's located at 495 North Indian Creek Drive in Clarkston, Georgia, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, there'll be free parking. And it's located inside the Georgia Piedmont Technical College. Tickets, $85. Entertainment by Ken Rice, the saxophonist, Kenesha Rice, the violinist, Andy Alexander, the guitarist, music by DJ Flavor, and the keynote speaker is the Lion himself, the international chief lion of lions, who will be in town. I don't have his name right now, but he will be here to deliver the keynote address. So, ladies and gentlemen, please check that out. Then we get to Homewood is having their 21st annual dinner and dance Valentine's Affair, Saturday the 15th of February. Dress code semi-formal, pre-sold $100, tickets at the door $120. The doors open at 8 p.m. Dinner is 8:30 p.m. at the front page. Event Center at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Lithonia, Georgia. For more information, it's 678-270-7987. Go Homewood. Their Past Students Association, the Atlanta chapter, presenting this Valentine's Affair. Ladies and gentlemen, we also got to tell you about the Valentine Serenade. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. I'm reaching out to those of us who live even outside of the U.S. Support this event, please, by buying a ticket that we can donate here on the Wayne Hall Show. And again, a big shout out to Marva Jacobs, the Honorary Consul for Guyana in Atlanta, for donating the first ticket, which will be given away here on the Wayne Hall Show. So be there or be square. It's a great Valentine's Affair. Come out, partners, singles, whoever you are, and enjoy Trelawney Fusion Kitchen. They're an exotic location. They revamped their menu. It's just an awesome place to be, and no better place than Valentine's Day on Saturday, February 15th, with Imar Shepherd and Kenny Blessing, fresh from their album launch, from Kenny's album launch. They'll be there to entertain the ladies. And then we're going to jam with a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Net DJs. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to be there for that. It's time to go on over to my guest on the Zoom and say good evening and welcome to Miss Lorraine Smith. But before we start talking, let me tell you about Miss Lorraine J. Smith, LPC, NCC, CC, MHC. Lorraine Smith is a licensed professional counselor, that's the LPC, a national certified counselor, NCC, and a certified clinical mental health counselor, the CCMHC. She's a certified family trauma professional, a certified adolescent trauma professional, and an autism specialist. Now there goes my language. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, Lorraine J. Smith grew up in Winter's Bend, Spanish Town, and graduated from St. Catherine High School. She holds an associate degree in business administration, a bachelor's of arts in psychology, and a master's degree in mental health counseling, and is at the end of her doctorate in organizational leadership and management. Oh boy. Lorraine, that's another area that's close to home. Lorraine is also a certified flight attendant. No wonder she's always on a plane when I'm trying to reach her. Recognized for her dedication, achievements, and transformational leadership in social services and mental health, Lorraine supports various churches, schools, and organizations in Jamaica and the diaspora. She's an adjunct lecturer and practicum coordinator at Jamaica's Caribbean Graduate School of Theology. She sits on the board of St. Catherine High School and serves as the president of the Jamaica Diaspora, Southern USA. A recipient of a service award from the New York Consulate General of Jamaica, Ms. Smith's background also includes working in the capacity of a director in several social service organizations in the United States. Through her company Solutions for You, ULLC, Lorraine supports individuals with all types of disabilities and Jamaicans transitioning to the United States, providing them with educational and health resources to thrive. Lorraine is also the founder of the Lorraine J. Smith Foundation, which extends the community-based supports and initiatives she offers. She is the author of Through the Tears, I Rise, a memoir that helps readers unlock the secrets of survival through her life experiences. She has also published a children's book, The Day We Met, Friend, the first in a series designed to enhance children's social interaction, communication, emotional intelligence, and empathy. She resides in Douglasville, Georgia, and in her free time enjoys walking, horseback riding, cooking, weightlifting, interior decorating, and traveling. It's good to learn about my guests. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to add that she is also the title sponsor of This Is Jamaica. And you would have seen me feature This Is Jamaica, where Mr. Peter Gracie has written a poem that he has offered scholarships for children to recite, and based on their performance and competing with their peers, come out on top. And next week, they're going to be my guests, the top 3 finishers in This Is Jamaica. So it's only fitting that this week we have the title sponsor on. Yes, she's turning her head because she didn't know that. But they're going to be my guests next week right here in the very spot you're on. Miss Lorraine Smith, good evening and welcome. How are you? Why I'm not hearing you? Please unmute.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's start over. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. We got to come right from the beginning.
Yes, it's always great to talk with you. And so many things in common, but I'll leave that out of this conversation for now. We're desperate for time, but you're here because you willingly obliged to sharing with us some insights into mental health wellness. It's a different theme from May. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but January is Mental Health Wellness Month. And so, being from the background, we're happy to have you come on and just share nuggets with us on the state of mental health in our communities and what are some of the things that we can do to make us a better citizen for those around us who need us to be because of mental health. So thank you.
Thank you again. So yes, it's Mental Wellness Month.
Mental Wellness Month, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a blue that goes with it, from my memory, the blue color, the blue heart, and all those signatures. And so I think it's quite befitting that January is Mental Wellness Month, because we know a lot of times we start the year with New Year's resolution. What can we do to kind of have a better outlook on life, a better approach? What did we do wrong, maybe in the year before, and what we want to do better? And so I think it's very befitting. Wellness, when we look at mental wellness or emotional wellness, what we're trying to say is, how do you, just as how you go to the doctor, um, to make sure your body is always is okay. You have your different tests, you have your different, if you're not feeling well, you do want to take yourself, you do take yourself to the doctor. The wellness is the same thing. Mental wellness is about your emotions and how do you take care of those. And that really should be an everyday thing. It shouldn't be when we get to a place of this depression and grief and all those other emotions that may come across our life because we are dealing with a situation or a circumstance. But because it is important to always ensure that you're looking at you, you're filling your cup up, as we say. And because I work on the airplane and I love planes, I
Right.
always say, you're putting the oxygen on you first.
Okay. I like that. Yes.
Absolutely. So, what do we do? And I think because of I would say the atmosphere that we're in now with a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety and a lot of unknown, the first thing I want to say, you want to pay attention to your emotions.
Emotions. Okay.
Pay attention to what you're feeling. Assess how you're feeling. And that's an everyday thing. One of the good thing about being a therapist during our course in our education in becoming a professional therapist is that for every single class that we had in our master's degree program, the program that I was involved with, at
Yes.
the end of every class, it kind of asks you to check in with yourself. So you kind of do a self-analysis
Yeah.
every single day at the end of the day to say, how am I feeling? Am I okay? Am I okay with what happened today? Am I okay with whatever I got done today? And what it does is it prevents things from going to the next day. So if something became out of sort, something bad happened, the world isn't perfect. So things are going to happen that may throw you off guard. You're able to handle it that very same day instead of it festering into something else. Because we do know that our emotions, we're wired with emotions. We're wired with fear, because fear is a good thing to have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flight or fight response
Right.
wired to your fear. But when your fear becomes unhealthy, then you then have anxiety.
Right.
And so you want to ensure that you're looking at those things.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens, we know a lot of folks lost their loved ones at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year. It's kind of like an exit.
Right.
Do know that is common in life. It's going to happen. Babies are going to be born and people are going to pass away. And if you have had a family member or someone in your community or someone close to you who passed away, especially if it was sudden and tragic, you want to stop to say, how am I feeling? Yeah, I went to the funeral, I did all of that, but now that I'm settled, how am I feeling? How am I doing emotionally? Because at times we haven't addressed those emotions and they go on to becoming more and more severe or festering, and then we end up having this depression that we go into. And so that's really the emotional wellness that I want to talk about.
Awesome.
Ensuring that,
Yes.
yes, we look at our emotion on a daily basis, we address what we're feeling. And if we're feeling something, if I'm feeling angry about something, what is making me feel angry? Is it because I may not be able to figure out what's going on? Someone did me wrong. And if that person did me wrong and I can't get a forgiveness from them, what am I going to do? Am I going to keep on holding on to it, or am I going to kind of let it go? And know that I am okay here in my own space. And if it's something that I can address, then you address it and you move on. So it's really handling your emotions and anything that's going on within you that particular moment. When we talk about mindfulness, we tend to talk about mindfulness in terms of how to be calm and how to get better in terms of intentional wellness. But we
Yeah.
all need to be mindful of what's throwing us off.
Wow. Which means paying attention not just to the physical self. We take our car for an oil change routinely. We make sure we do our annual. If we don't feel well, we go to the doctor. But the mental side of things, man, it sneaks up on us. But it sounds so easy based on how you're presenting it. But what can we do? What kind of committed action can we take towards making sure we're doing that mental oil change, that mental tune-up?
So don't take yourself for granted. And that's how I really teach my clients who come to sessions with me. Choose me to be their guide and their healer, the person to guide them to their healing in this journey of life. You don't take yourself for granted, and then don't beat up on yourself. So it can be two sides. Some of us take ourselves for granted, and then some of us beat up on ourselves, and then we don't find ourselves worthy to feel great, worthy to be happy, worthy to be treated right, ready to be safe. And so if you intentionally look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am worthy, I'm worthy of a good life, and I'm worthy of not feeling scared all the time and having these emotions, then what's going to happen is when you do feel like that, you're going to know, okay, let's stop. And what am I doing? What is happening around me? Some of the things that I use, there's this little wheel that I got on Amazon, and I use it. I literally, because I do my sessions virtually, and I literally will turn it and show it to my client when they're getting all bent out of shape. And one side says, what is it that I can control? A list of things. And the other side said, what I cannot control. What is not in my control?
Right.
And that's one of the ways that you can bring yourself back, as we say, ground yourself, is to ensure that you're looking at the thing that is bothering me the most, and the things that are scaring me the most. Are these things that I can control? And if it's nothing you can control, you look at what you can control. Because the thing that you are always, and the person that you're always in control of is you. So you're always in control of, how do I let this thing impact me? How do I let it affect me? But you're not in control of it happening to you. There's some things we're not in control of. We're not in control of what's going on in this country right now, but we are in control of how we allow the news and the messages and the messaging to impact us.
Yes. True.
Yes. We have that control. So if I know, especially for those of us who are our spiritual side of who we are is the foundation of where our belief come from. Those of us who are on a faith-based support, and we have that. One of the things I always say, when you get up in the morning, no matter what you believe in, the first thing you probably should say is thank you. Thank you that you're in that present day. And no matter who you believe in, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Catholic, if you stand on the grounds of gratitude, gratitude is what pivots us to positivity. So no matter what the negative things are going around me, even if I have a cold, I am grateful that I don't have the flu.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And if I have the flu, I'm grateful that I have medical attention, that I can go straight to the doctor to maybe get the Tamiflu so that my flu period can be shortened. So there's always a room and a space for gratitude, no matter what. We know the Jamaican story of the man who was saying he didn't have shoes, he didn't have no shoes, and then he saw a man without feet, without legs.
There you go.
And then the man who was up in the tree about to jump, and do something to hurt himself, had his last banana and throw the skin down, and then he saw someone eating the skin.
Yes.
Story. So there's always a worse side of our situation, what it could be, but what it is not.
Yep. I like this. Mental Wellness Month, really, I like the perspective you've delivered this in, because you're right. It's the perfect month to get that tune up, to check our status. I sometimes ask, individuals close to me what their mental state feels like. And it's not something we know, definitely have to know. But to you, what's your mental state? And they always say, for the most part, thank you, Wayne, for asking that question, because that's something nobody does ask. We all come to you as a resource. We all want from you. But sometimes we don't take the time to tap into how are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? And so, yeah, we need to really be more mindful of that. So I'm challenging my audience tonight, this evening, wherever you are, let's be more mindful of our mental wellness. What can we control? Where's the gratitude? I'm liking it.
Yes.
And
And
also remember,
yeah,
and the behavioral
and
part of it too, for me, is we do
right,
teach
right.
too that the behavior you control is yours. You you you
That's
you
the only thing you can control.
is your behavior.
Yes,
You better believe it. No matter how you're carrying
yes.
on and ranting about something, if you just pause long enough and think, you have no control over what that next person does next. But guess what you have control over? What you do next. And so
How you
truly
react to it.
appreciate this,
Yeah.
Miss Lorraine. I do.
And then the other part is if, as you said, how is your mental state? And you come to realize that, you know what, it's not so good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wrestling with some things. I find myself crying every day, and I don't know why, or I don't know how to stop the tears. Um, I've lost a loved one, and it's just saturating me. The grief is just on top of me. The next thing you want to do is to talk to someone professional, because at that point, no matter how much you know how much to control, it has now sometimes become not just a situational issue, but it has become a clinical issue. So now you need to talk to someone who's professional who can say,
Right.
maybe you need something has shifted in your life, because we understand that everything that governs our body starts right here in the mind. Our hormones, our faculties, the different parts of our brain, but most important, the chemicals in our brain that allow us to be happy, to be sad, to be fearful when there's danger. It pulls us back or it tells us to run. It's the fight or flight. It comes from the brain. So when there's a chemical imbalance and it doesn't allow us to be at our fullest, so instead of us being able to figure out, okay, so this thing is not in my control. You can't even think like that. It is time to see someone professional.
Awesome. And are there any resources from that perspective that you can share to a wider audience?
So I would always say, if most of us who are working, we do have the ability to tap into the resource through our medical insurance. Nowadays, you don't
Okay.
even go face to face to see someone, it's virtual. And then you also have different platforms that do the emotional wellness that you don't even have to physically see a person. You can just text and say, hey, I just want to talk to someone about how I'm feeling. That person doesn't know what you look like, they never will hear your voice. And there you have that instant resource.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Thank you. Now, you had mentioned something about National Peanut Butter Day?
Yes, I think it's the 23rd.
The
And because
24th.
the 24th, and because I work, so my main company, Solutions for You, which is formed in New Jersey and operates in New Jersey, we serve individuals with all types of disability that is cognitively based. So we have cognitive disability, which includes cerebral palsy, learning this disability, spina bifida, autism, all those disability that is factored under the Division of Developmental Disability, which, by the way, there's an office in every state that provides that kind of service. And so on the 24th, National Day, Peanut Butter Day, that was sent out by the state because we know individuals who have issues in swallowing For
Yes.
example, individuals, cerebral palsy, um, anything muscular dystrophy, anything that affects your muscle. It doesn't have to be, you have individuals who are older that it happens to more often, but anyone that has those kind of disability that the muscle does not work the way ours do, the swallowing is important when they're eating peanut butter because we know peanut butter tends to stick at the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
Unfortunately, over the years, even for me myself, I have had clients who were given peanut butter sandwiches and went into a situation where they couldn't breathe because of course if your tongue is clinging to the top of the roof of your mouth, you can't breathe. And so unfortunately we have lost folks from just having peanut butter sandwiches that they should not have had, not because of the allergy, but because
Right.
of the inability to swallow. The
Yes.
swallowing process is compromised. And these persons go because, without oxygen to the brain, what happens? You get brain damage. And
Right.
these never came back home from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They passed away. So there is an awareness now to say, hey, what are some of the things you can do to break up the I guess the clammy part
Yeah,
of
the texture.
the texture
Yeah.
is to maybe put more jelly in the peanut butter or do the bananas with it so it breaks up the texture and it makes it a little bit more easy because even young children it can happen to as well.
Yes.
And then we know we have the peanut allergies. I've been on planes and I'm flying. I've been in Jamaica and I was about to where we were about to board, and it came over the PA system that everyone was coming on that flight. If you bought anything that had peanut in it, you had to throw it out because
Wow.
someone flying. I think it was a child flying on the plane that had such a severe peanut allergy. The child, the peanut didn't have to be in the same row and the person didn't have to eat it. Just the fact that it's in the air
Yes.
and the air is circulated in
Mm-hmm.
the plane, they would have had some issues, and that issue would have been severe. So it's also an awareness to know that and sensitivity, the education part, the sensitivity, the empathy too as well. Because imagine, you know, I remember someone saying, well, that person shouldn't fly, but if it's a peanut, you're having your peanut, you can have your peanut when you land, but this person's life is in danger if they sit on a plane where you actually have it in your pocketbook.
Right.
So empathy is something too that we lack a lot of times, Wayne, that we actually need to reinstill in our children, and especially our adults, and awareness. Because if you are aware that something is happening, and then you know about the sensitivity and the empathy, then I think we become better people.
Yes. Wow. And we see that in the school system. We have
Yeah.
in the general education setting, but especially in special education settings where they can't advocate for themselves that much. We have signs on the door. No, absolutely no
No peanuts,
peanuts,
yeah.
can
No
enter
peanuts.
that classroom and stuff.
Yeah.
So very real, very real. Thank you for sharing that with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Google National Peanut Butter Day. It's January 24th, and it gives you some great insight into how to prepare peanut meals for those who can have peanut in a way where it won't hurt or affect them in a negative way. So thank you for sharing, Miss Lorraine Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. Man,
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you.
the utmost professional at what she does. I love it. Miss Lorraine, thank you again, man. Always so willing to come on and share
Thank
your
you.
expertise. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, Wayne. Thank you for having me. Unless you share your experience, then all it is to use information. But when you share it, it now becomes knowledge to someone else.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for that. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. You
Saturday,
too, and
February the
walk
15th, it's a red and white gala with Admiral Bailey and Terry Lynn in live at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney. Free Hennessy shots on entry. Free roses for the ladies. Music by the Unit Sound. Sweet Love Sound with Dranko. DJ Bad Boy. DJ Shooks and JJ. And Charger Sound. Admission 1,500 pre-sold. 3,500 at the gate. It's the Red and White Gala at the Unstoppable Lounge, Kerry Park, Trelawney, with Terry Lydon Live and Admiral Bailey.
Healthy Hearts is here to empower you and your community. We're focusing on prevention by equipping individuals with vital health information and fostering meaningful conversations to help you stay well or manage your health effectively if challenges arise. We'll be shining a spotlight on 5 key conditions impacting heart health: hypertension, diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, and chronic kidney disease. For more information on Research Engagement Network Haringey, search Bridge Renewal Trust UK. Healthy Hearts, because every beat counts.
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine's Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale, followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs, free parking and more. Invite a friend, bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine's Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com.
Saturday, January the 25th, DJ Red presents his annual birthday celebration called Accessory. Going down at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Early bird tickets on sale for $20, $30 at the door. The ball burn. We got the sequence package, 1 bottle, high top table, 4 tickets, $300. The red martini special, 2 bottles, high top table, 6 tickets, $500. And a touch of red special, 3 bottles, 8 tickets, a selected section, $750. Saturday, January the 25th, it's all about DJ Red's annual birthday celebration called Accessory. Front page event center, 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. We're having a little brata tonight. Guess what? No, I don't have to go into school tomorrow. Shh, I didn't say that. We got another snow day. I want to shout out Michelle Martin. Hello, Michelle. Make sure you come to the Valentine's part. Make sure you come to that Valentine's serenade, Michelle. Come get serenaded, girl. Yeah, down there at Tara Road in Jonesboro. Beverly Edward Scarlett, good evening and welcome. Mr. Leslie Legister, bless up yourself. Noeline Thomas, good to see you. BJ Bobby. All right, Noeline. Randy Carney, Miss Jackie Andrews, Nadine Ellis, Will Hart. Where there's a will, there's a heart. CR, Christine Rendell, what's good? Good to see you. Christine Marzuka, good night. Miss Marva Jacobs, good night. Miss Lorna Wilkie, good night to you. Paul Spectrum, good night. Joan Hedgel, good night. Beta Music Man and the First Lady Michelle along with Candy Thompson. Good to see you all. Also over here we got, let me see. Okay, so Tracy and Clark says sometimes people have childhood goals, but they are still trying to accomplish. They think it's ambitious to have those goals, but when not accomplished, they become depressed. Goals need to be measurable, etc. Carl Whittingham says there's always someone who's worse off than you. That's true, my brother. Yes, indeed, there is. Yes. So big up yourself, Carl Whittingham. Welcome, King Tub. Steve Tuller, maximum respect. The big tune. Yes. Natalie, Skyvoice, Lawrence, good to have you all. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Yes. So I tell you what, let's run some tunes. We had a lot of talking tonight, and I feel like I need to play a couple more tunes before I get off. All right? Let's go. Cause the music.
Now that we found love.
The Wayne Hall Show. We gotta give you that music to your soul, right? Keep it like ya. What do you say?
You must be heaven sent. For you I will jump any wild fence. Cause every time I'm around you, girl, it's like music to my soul, fire in my bones. And I love it when your arms around me and show me that you care and love me without fear. I just can't enjoy my life without you. It's perfect love, drive away fear with a far on me. And I see my future within you. So come a little closer and let us unite.
Big shout out to healthcare professionals. Thank you.
I'm around you, girl. It's like music to my soul, fire in my bones. And I love it when your arms around me and show me that you care and love me without fear. Right now I surrender my heart to you. Yes, this is love, so I know I need to look no further. Call the doctors and the nurse, call the liars and the priests. Girl, me ready, for married and set me soul free. Cause every time I'm around you, girl, it's like music to my soul, fire in my bones. And I love it when your arms around me and show me that you care and love me without fear. Oh, this love can make it through any storm. Hey, beautiful woman, come on now, lady. Every time I'm around you, girl, it's like music to my soul, fire in my bones. And I love it when your arms around me and show me that you care and love me without fear. I just can't enjoy my life without you. It's perfect love, drive away fear with a far on me. And I see my future within you. So come a little closer and let us unite what we found together. Cause every time I'm around you, girl, it's like music to my soul, fire in my bones. And I love it when your arms around me and show me that you care and love me without fear. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my special girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light
your life,
into my
your
world.
music.
Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my special girl. It's a blessing when we cross paths. Now you're the closest thing to my heart. Why isn't it the same? You make me feel like I have wings. Being with you, what a joy it brings. More happiness, our love is flourishing. Hey girl, you're such a wonderful thing. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my special girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my
my special girl with two hearts that beat as one. No other love can be so strong. School children in England knows everyone cheers for us anywhere we go. Like roses in June, daffodils in spring. You make my whole heart sing. Maximum respect to you, girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my special girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You are my special girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. You're like melodies to the tune I sing. The chords you play fits my rhythm. With every beat that flows, the momentum grows, blossoming in a love that overflows.
Shout out to DJ Indian, Young Gun Sound, Agnes Foote. Welcome. TikTok in the house. Maximum respect to Steve Color. Big up to Steve Color.
You are my special girl. Maximum respect in every aspect. You bring light into my world. Maximum respect in every aspect.
You are listening to the Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music.
I'm our shepherd. I've got to learn. Welcome to those joining us on TikTok, Instagram. Shout out if you're on IG, YouTube, Facebook Live. Let's go.
I've got to
Learn from my mistakes.
I've got to learn to cut my last and walk away. I got to learn from my mistakes. I've got to learn to cut my last and walk away. I've been on that road before. Made some bad choices in my life, yeah. Can't afford to lose myself. No, experiences teach me to be wise. And if I refuse to fix myself, I'm to be blamed and no one else.
Sing Imar. Learn from my mistakes.
I've got to learn to cut my last and walk away. I've got to learn from my mistakes. I've got to learn to cut my last and walk away. When you push me to the limit, that's when I really got to bring it. This fight I have to win it. I gotta do what I gotta do. And try my best to hold my own. Oh, could never take me out my zone.
That's right. The man says, I've got to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. We got a few more to go. Let's go. Yeah. Isaac Moore. She's ready now. Brand new. Let's go. Welcome on TikTok.
She's ready now, ready now. She said she's ready now to settle down. She not giving up if she not get the ring. She's ready now, ready now. Oh yeah. If you are a Casanova, don't waste your time. An undercover brother, she's not
Mr. Eric Moore. That's right.
Want no one-night lover.
She's ready now.
Looking for a man to love her, treat her right. So you better understand.
is on, love is on, my love is on its way.
Yes.
Hold on, stay strong, tomorrow another day. I'm the one, gonna be your man, to kiss your tears away. She's ready now, ready now. I am coming. She said she's ready.
Welcome, Mildred. Billy Dread. Courtney, Paul, Zaki, Nay, Classy. Welcome.
If you're a woman beater and don't waste your time, a lazy kind of brother, she's not your kind, not your kind. She's looking for a partner, not any kind of man, to love her, cherish her. So you better got a plan. Love is on, my love is on its way. Hold on, stay strong, tomorrow another day. I'm the one gonna be your
FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM, Radio London.
Yahweh bless
this one before we go.
Let it flow like a fountain.
Sit up, Malakia.
Loving you, it's not a bad thing to do, girl. Cause my love leads on. Yes, caring for you, filled with so much pleasure. Cause your love is pure and true. Oh, woman, don't tell me you'd ever want to go. Cause that will bring so much pain in my heart. You know I need you, like blood running through my vein. Loving you, it's not a bad thing to do, girl. Cause my love leads on. Yes, caring for you, filled with so much pleasure. Cause your love is pure and true. Oh, woman, you're so amazing. You furnish my life all over again with your doings. I love when the rain is falling and I hear you calling to receive your blessing. To receive your blessing. Loving you is not a bad thing to do, girl. Cause my love lives on. Yes, caring for you, filled with so much pleasure. Cause your love is pure and true. Oh, woman, don't tell me you'd ever want to go. Cause that will bring so much pain in my heart. You know I need you, like blood running through my vein. Loving you, it's not a bad thing to do, girl. Cause my love lives on. Yes, caring for you, filled with so much pleasure. Cause your love is pure and true. Oh, natural woman. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, woman, don't. Come on. Hey, hey. Woman, don't tell me you'd ever want to go. If that should bring so much pain in my heart. You know I need you, like blood running through my vein. Loving you, it's not a bad thing to do, girl.
That's right.
Cause my love leads
I am coming back on Christ. Welcome.
Yes.
Silence still. Oh wow. The name's on TikTok. I love it. I love
your
it.
love is pure.
King Malakia, blood to my vein.
Woman, don't tell me you'd ever want to go
to the nitty gritty end.
Saturday, January the 25th, DJ Red presents his annual birthday celebration called
Accessory.
Going down at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Early bird tickets on sale for $20, $30 at the door. For ball fans. Got the sequence package, 1 bottle, high top table, 4 tickets, $300. The Red Martini special, 2 bottles, high top table, 6 tickets, $500. And the Touch of Red special, 3 bottles, 8 tickets, selected section, $750. Saturday, January the 25th, it's all about DJ Red's annual birthday celebration called
Accessory.
Front Page Event Center, 8010 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen and the Wayne Hall Show presents a Valentine's Serenade featuring Kenny Blesson and Imar Shepherd. Starting at 8 p.m. at the exotic Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. Join us for a romantic evening filled with love songs and sweet melodies. Let the music serenade you and your special someone. This promises to be a night to remember. So mark your calendars and let's get ready to be swept off your feet. Admission $15, food and drinks on sale. Followed by a grown and sexy after party with music by Up Top Network DJs. Free parking and more. Invite a friend. Bring your Valentine. Let's enjoy a Valentine's Serenade. Tickets available on eventbrite.com.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music.
Kenny Blesson.
Please give a helping and no child to guide all of us together. People are straying and straying, dividing themselves from each other. Too many hopeless souls and ragamuffin soldiers. What we need is love, and what we need, everybody wants vice versa love to all the hungry. Vice versa love, come on and get some. Vice versa love, come on and get it. Vice versa love, to all the rude boys.
Welcome, Teddy Forrester.
Put down all your guns. The only ammunition we need is love. Love for everyone. Mothers, tell your daughters. Fathers, please.
Welcome,
tell your
Teresa.
sons. Warn them, teach them, tell them, show them, show them. What we need is love. Yes, what we need. Everybody want vice versa love to all the hungry. Vice versa love, come on and get it. Vice versa love, come on and get some. Vice versa love, please give an helping and no child. Got all of us together. People are straying and straying,
Trelawney Fusion Kitchen, and of the Wayne Hall Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an unforgettable night. On February 7th, 2025, Kenny Blessing will drop his highly anticipated reggae album, Caught My Attention. Then on February 8th, join us for the album release party at Caribbean Live TV. Located at 6254 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia, from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Hosted by the fabulous Candy. We have featured performances by Kenny himself and some friends, along with some of the hottest DJs in ATL, DJ Reds, DJ Tony B, and Mellow Sound to keep the vibe going. This is a free event, catered and sponsored by Atlanta Bless and Caribbean Live Radio. Come, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the music, meet fellow fans and celebrate with Caribbean movers and shakers. Don't miss out. Be part of this magic. Thank you and see you there.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the man who you just heard, Vice Versa, from that album too, that is releasing, Caught My Attention, coming at us on February 8th. So 2 weekends away from that, believe it or not. Time is flying in this 2025. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We went above and beyond tonight to make sure we got you some music because it was so much information and we also had to restart. So that took up some of the time early on. But thank you for sticking it out with the Wayne Hall Show tonight. Truly appreciate you. Those joining us on TikTok, yeah, I promise you I'll bring you in earlier next week. Technological challenges, but it's good to see you nonetheless, and we'll be back next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, the only way to start at the top is if you're digging a hole, and you should always look around for something great and praise it, all right? Be grateful. Yes, please be grateful. And we'll be back with another great edition next week, same time, same place, same blazing stations, The Wayne Hall Show. Thanks again for listening and watching. Catch you next week.
Brothers, please tell your son. Warn them, teach them, tell them, show them.